Is the Batman good? Yes. Is the Batman great? Hell yes. Is the Batman the best Batman movie ever made? Better than The Dark Knight? Oh, you bet your ass it is. I'm just kidding. Let's slow down there for a second now. Let's not jump the gun here, because while I really did like this movie after my first watch, I am not even remotely close to comparing this to not just the greatest Batman movie ever made, but my favorite film of all time in The Dark Knight. With that hard start to my review, guys, if you liked this review and you liked The Batman, be sure to drop a like on the video and comment down below what you thought about it if you have gotten a chance to see it within the last couple of days. Like I just said, I am not even here to remotely come close to comparing this movie to The Dark Knight, because I do fully believe, even though I really enjoyed this film and liked what it did with the character of Batman, I think we have to give it some time before we start making the comparisons. This movie is dark, it's gritty, it's horrifying, it's brutal, and it doesn't hold back. In most of all of it, it is a thrilling experience from beginning to end. There was not a moment in this movie where I was bored or not entertained by what I was seeing on screen. I was enthralled from start to finish with every scene. The directing here from Matt Reeves is masterful, and right now as we sit here, if the Oscars were next week, he'd be winning the Oscar for Best Director. Matt Reeves does it again with another incredible experience of a film as he continues his great career, following up from his last two projects in Dawn and War for the Planet of the Apes. The cinematography and the way the film is shot from Ben Fraser, who did movies like Rogue One, A Star Wars Story, is out of this world good. It could definitely be a contender by the time that next year's Oscars come around for Best Cinematography. The action throughout, while not something that is in a huge abundance, is a fantastic and well shot and choreographed. Definitely some of the best Batman action we have ever had on screen. I know something I definitely want to touch up upon as far as positives go is the acting and portrayal of the characters from the people who play them. Robert Pattinson as our main man, Bruce Wayne, and the Batman is fantastic in this movie, and just goes to show that we should not be classifying him as the Twilight guy anymore, and that he is a legit actor. While the character of Bruce Wayne only makes a few appearances in this very long film, the character of the Batman is just about in every scene and is played tremendously by him. He was a solid choice to play this character, and I'm looking forward to seeing him played again in the next movie, and hopefully for that one, we can get some more Bruce Wayne out of him. We also get some spectacular supporting performances from Zoe Kravitz as Selina Kyle, aka Catwoman, who, while not as good as Michelle Pfeiffer, is still really good as this character. Jeffrey Wright, who gives a tremendous performance as Jim Gordon, is really good in this movie and is able to build a great bond of chemistry between him and the Batman. And a very special shout out to Andy Serkis, who returns with Matt Reeves to play Alfred, who is of course Bruce Wayne's butler. Andy Serkis to this day is, in my opinion, one of the best actors working, and everything he is in, I will go and see it. He played Caesar in the Planet of the Apes movies, of which Matt Reeves did direct, and so here they both work tremendously together once again. Also, going back to Selina Kyle and Jim Gordon for 1 second, I would like to say that I've already seen some people give out a complaint regarding the color of the actor's skin in correlation with the characters. Guys, seriously, come on now. It is 2022. Why the hell are we still doing this? Why does this matter, and why does it have to be a critique of the film? We've gotten hundreds of iterations of those two characters when they look different, and now all of a sudden, when we have a different skin color than what they are used to, people are now all up in arms about it. That in no way should even matter at the end of the day, and the story is what matters to those characters, and the development that they get is what matters. That's what matters. We seriously need to move past this crap. It's getting ridiculous now. From the villain side of things, we get really good performances from Colin Farrell, who is unrecognizable as Oswald Cobblepot, aka the Penguin, who I am very much looking forward to seeing him in his own spin-off show in the future, and John Turturro is surprisingly good as Carmine Falcone. But the biggest performance of them all, and the one that should be talked about, it's coming from our main villain and the one who steals the show from an acting perspective, is Paul Dano as the Riddler. To this day, one of the, if not to some people, the most underrated actor in the business right now is Paul Dano. And I'll say it right now, I do not know if there was any person better to play this role than him. This man is one of the best actors of all time when it comes to playing characters who are crazily, mentally unstable and not right and just full-blown psychopaths, which of course is what he plays here in this movie. To this day, ever since I saw him last year in There Will Be Blood for the first time in my life, this guy proved time and time again in the stuff that I've seen him in that he is a great actor. The man is a methodical, psychotic, and deranged in every way to the point where you could see levels of Joker from The Dark Knight in him. There are times where it does feel like he's overplaying it a bit, but I think that is the point of it all, and that's the type of character that he plays. When it comes to criticisms and critiques that I have for this film, in all honesty, I really don't know if I have much to say in that respect. The biggest critique I have seen this film get is that it's too long and it doesn't need to be 3 hours long. While in certain cases I don't necessarily agree, I do understand where people are coming from. If anything, I would say that my one critique from a minor perspective is that there are times in the movie where the pacing is a little bit all over the place. And that is not to say that when the pace is all over the place that the scenes are boring and not entertaining. It just means that there are times where certain scenes do drag a bit, even if they were entertaining to watch. So again, if I had to come up with one critique, it would be that the pacing does feel a little bit off at times. But other than that, this movie is damn near close to being a masterful work of art, and I have a feeling that the next time I see this movie, I could end up loving it just as much. Without giving anything away here, the ending might be divisive for a lot of people because there is a cameo appearance by a certain character that is probably going to end up being the main antagonist for the second film whenever we get it. And without giving anything away, like I said, who the person is probably going to be subject to a lot of conversation because I do have a feeling that half of people are going to like it a lot and half of people are going to get a little annoyed by it. But of course, we will eventually see when the next movie does come out down the line, I would say within the next 2 to 3 years, and we'll just have to see what people say when we get to that next movie. So guys, with that being said, that is probably going to do it for my non-spoiler review of The Batman. It is a movie that I saw in IMAX and should be seen on the biggest screen possible. It is a theater experience more than any movie that has come out so far this year. If you all have 3 hours out of your day to go see this movie, I would highly recommend you go see it. And of course, like I said in the beginning, if you enjoy this review and you like the movie, be sure to drop a like on the video, comment down below what you thought. If you are new to the channel and want to see more, be sure to hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, and share this video. I would greatly appreciate it. I will see you guys all in the next one. I hope you all have a fantastic day.